I promise, he told Stan. Dipper didn't have much time. He ran up to the room he and Mabel shared in the attic of the Mystery Shack. First, he needed a plan. Then he needed to make himself look good for Wendy. He was gargling with mouthwash when Mabel walked up and startled him. "Ah, what?" he asked. Mabel grinned and started to talk in a goofy guy voice. "Oh, can I work the corner with you, Wendy? Let's kiss." She made kissing noises. Yeah, laugh all you want." Dipper straightened his bow tie in the mirror. "But I have devised a plan to make sure my night with Wendy goes perfectly." "Plan? You're not making one of those overcomplicated listy things, are you?" Mabel asked. "It's not overcomplicated," Dipper insisted. He took the list from his pocket and unfolded it, and unfolded it, and unfolded it. It was so long that it touched the floor. Step 6, getting to know each other with playful banter. Banter is like talking but smarter. "That sounds like a dumb idea for poop heads," said Mabel. "See, this isn't banter," said Dipper, gesturing from himself to Mabel. "This is what I want to avoid with Wendy. The final step is to ask her to the dance." Then Dipper grinned as he imagined a perfect night with Wendy. Wendy and Dipper were on the dance floor dancing to a slow song. "Oh, Dipper," Wendy exclaimed as he dipped her, "I'm so happy you decided to work the ticket stand with me. You're so organized. Show me that checklist again." Dipper pulled his long checklist from his pocket. Wendy swooned as Dipper's fantasy dissolved. "If I follow steps 1 through 11, he said, "nothing can get in my way." "Dipper, you're the one getting in your way," Mabel told him. "Why can't you just walk up and talk to her like a normal person?" "Step 9, sister," Dipper said triumphantly, pointing to the list. "Step 9, talk like a normal person." Mabel shook her head. Her brother was hopeless. The twins went downstairs. Dipper headed outside to the ticket booth, where lots of kids were lined up to enter the dance. Inside, Soos was playing tunes while a glittery disco ball spun from the ceiling, sending lights spinning around the room. Stan wore his best white disco suit, tapping his foot to the beat and charging an exit fee for anyone who wanted to leave the party. Outside, Dipper fidgeted at the ticket table. He had to put his plan into action. "Step 6, casual banter," he whispered to himself. He ducked under the table to look at his checklist. Then he sat back up and turned to Wendy. "So, here's a casual question," his voice cracked. "What's your favorite type of snack food?" "Oh man, I just can't pick one," Wendy replied. "No way, mine too," Dipper blurted out. Wendy looked confused. "Wait, what? I mean, Dipper coughed. Nervously, and ducked under the table again. New topic, he muttered to himself. Inside, Mabel scanned the party for some possible new friends. She saw 2 right away. One girl had forks taped to the fingers on her right hand, and the other girl had a large lizard perched on her shoulder. Mabel approached him. "Wow, you've got an animal on your body. I'm Mabel." "Hi, I'm Glenda," the girl with the lizard said in a deep voice. "This is Candy." "Why do you have forks taped to your fingers?" Mabel asked Candy. Candy smiled and dipped her forehand into the popcorn bowl on Glenda's lap. When she pulled it out, she had a piece of popcorn on each fork. "Improvement of human being," she said, and she and Glenda laughed. Mabel grinned. "I've found my people," she whispered. From his DJ stand, Soos lowered the music. He started reading aloud from his book. "Remember, dudes, whoever party hardiest gets the party crown. Most applause at the end of the night wins." He held up the jeweled crown, which glittered under the disco lights. The girls gasped. It was beautiful. Then a blonde girl marched up to Soos's DJ stand. Party crown? I'll take that, thank you very much. Who's that? Mabel asked her new friends. The most popular girl in town, Pacifica Northwest, Candy replied. I always feel bad about myself around her, Grenda replied. Ugh, I can't just give you the crown, Soos told Pacifica. It's sort of a competition thing. Pacifica sneered and took the mic from him. Honestly, who's going to compete against me, she asked. She pointed at Candy and Grenda. Fork girl? Lizard lady? Ha! Pacifica's friends laughed along with her. Hold me, Candy, Grenda hugged her friend. Our kind isn't welcome here, Candy said sadly. Mabel got a determined look on her face. She marched up to Soos. Hey, I'll compete, she said, and then she turned to Pacifica and smiled. I'm Mabel. That sounds like a fat old lady's name, Pacifica said. I'll take that as a compliment, Mabel said, still smiling. Pacifica's eyes narrowed. May the best partier win. Nice meeting you, Mabel said, waving cheerfully as Pacifica slowly danced backward. Then she lowered her voice. She's going down. The crowd clapped and cheered as Mabel and Pacifica got ready to see who could party hardiest. The applause drifted outside to Dipper and Wendy. Wow, sounds like the party's getting nuts, Wendy said. She stood up and looked through the window. I've got to get in there. Cover for me. Dipper stammered. This wasn't how the plan was supposed to go. Thanks, man, Wendy said and darted inside. Soon, she was dancing under the disco lights. Dipper couldn't stand it. He was supposed to be in there, dancing with Wendy. On the ticket table, he turned the open side of the sign to the closed side. I'll be back shortly, he told the kids in line. Then he felt something yank on his collar. What are you doing, kid? Grunkle Stan barked, holding Dipper 2 feet off the ground while his legs dangled. These suckers aren't going to rip themselves off. You promised, remember? Dipper sighed. Yeah. Stan dropped him and stomped away. Dipper looked longingly through the window at the party room, where Wendy was still dancing. If only I could be 2 places at once, he said. And the party flyers flapped in the breeze next to him. They reminded him of the copier machine. 2 places at once. That was it. He kept up the closed sign and quickly snuck into the Mystery Shack's old storage room. He lifted the lid off the copier, climbed onto the glass, and pressed the button. I wonder if this is a good idea. The copier whirred, and the eerie green light glowed through the glass. The machine scanned his body, and when it finished, he jumped off to see a Dipper-sized piece of paper slide from the copier. It looked like a face-down picture of Dipper. Then color crept into the image, and it came to life, rising off the floor. It turned to face Dipper, who gazed in awe at the copier clone he had created. It was like looking into a 3D mirror. Whoa! I have a really big head, said Dipper. And that's it for Chapter 2. Stay tuned for Chapter 3. Let's see what happens with his double. Dipper, I think, is going to get in trouble. I'm not sure. What do you think?